What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the show, new to the channel, I am your hostess, Rashid. My boy Beric is on the other side of the panel.
What's up, guys? Always a pleasure.
All right. As everyone can actually see on the screen there with the title, does Julius Randle deserve a max contract? Should the Knicks actually max him out? Beric, take us off. This is your team, man. I say no, but you might think otherwise over here, man. No preparation for this show at all, man. This is like us freestyling right here, man.
Well, listen, man, this is my team, no doubt about it. But I watched this team carefully over the year. From last year to this year, no one really expected this team as a whole to do what they're doing now, to be in this position where they are as a fourth seed in the Eastern Conference postseason. And obviously, have been able to fight hard. But that's been the problem with the Knicks this year. They've been grinding on offense, which brings us to Julius Randle. Julius Randle has been the shining star of this offense, but he's been doing it by working on the perimeter and getting to his spots and making his shots. Now, as the postseason's here, the Atlanta Hawks have found ways to basically limit his ability to get to his spots by double teaming him when he gets the ball. His ability to read off that and make the plays necessary has shown that this is a situation that may not be too far ahead of him, but a situation where he's going to have to learn now what it means to make adjustments. And based on the fact that he's also become the most improved player this season, which I think that was pretty much a forgiven, decision for the NBA.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at this point in time, with all that being said, meaning now his salary now is $18.9 million right now this season. 18.9 this season. You're talking about making an extension. Well, you know what? I have to go on and say yes, they do. But I say yes, they do, because right now we don't know who the Knicks can get a hold of in the offseason. This is about getting the Knicks to look better in public. This is about Leon Rose doing the things he's done magically to change the perception of the organization. Now, you got a couple of players around the league that says, they want to come to the Knicks. Fine, we shall see how that plays out. But in case that doesn't happen,
what players actually said?
Well,
that?
you had LaMelo Ball. So he wanted to come here.
Yeah, he's restricted. They ain't gonna let him go, man.
Well, you can match his contract. You can match. Restriction means one thing. If a team makes a contract offer, you have the right to match it. If they don't match it, the man can go. So he's just to name a few. But the bottom line is, there's not enough players out there that could just change the team around. This team needs offense. Julius Randle has been in the offense this season. Can he do it year to year? We don't know. But this is not a contract year. In a sense. So you're basically going on a 26-year-old player. He's young. Okay? He was picked in the first round as a 7th pick. This is not some kind of scrub here. So you have to take some kind of an initial move, because if you just let him walk, then who's going to replace his offense next year? Who's going to replace it? RJ Barrett going to do it?
Yeah, he's shown promises.
He showed promises, but is he ready to do that?
He actually shown some promises.
Yes, he has shown promises, but are these guys ready to take that step and make up for Julius Randle's points that he had provided this season? And the answer is no, because those guys are still developing. All right? Julius Randle has some type of game where he was able to average 21 points a game. So let me tell you something. With that being said, with that kind of rationale, you would have to come back and say, you know what? We're going to have to give him some kind of an extension. Because of that fact, we got to look at the rest of our roster. We got to look at the potential free agents who may be able to come in here and maybe replace them if we don't extend them.
Well, Dennis Schroeder is a key piece. He's looking to get 4 years, $100 million, and then you want to max out Julius Randle. I don't think that's a winning recipe for going to the championship. I mean, maybe they get to the second round with that, but like almost $200 million for those players, no. Now I'm looking at the 2021 NBA free agents for next year, and you have Lou Williams out there. There's a lot of players that you guys can actually get over here, man.
Lou Williams, the same Lou Williams right now that can't even cover nobody for Atlanta Hawks right now. Okay.
Hey, the same Lou Williams, that team actually won today.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't him that did it. So let's leave it that way. So the bottom line is, do you have that? Julius Randle is obviously the number one scoring option on the team, and a team that's struggling.
Yes,
okay, a team that still has been grinding out their points this year and having to rely on their defense. Again, do you have the necessary team behind him if he was to leave to make up for the production he provided this season? And I'm going to say resounding no. And that's why you have to look down and say, listen, if we can't get someone in here that has the production possible to do the things that he did, then we have to resign him. We have to extend him.
Well, see, Julius Randle scoring is one thing, and what separates, like the top tier players from, like, let's say a Lou Williams who can actually get his buckets on anyone, is can you elevate the surrounding pieces around you? That's the main key right there when it comes to superstar caliber players. Now, does Julius Randle actually fit the mold of that? What do you think, Merrick?
I do think he fits the mold for that because the team played well around him. But again, playing well and being highly productive with the points is another thing. The Knicks were not the highest scoring team in the NBA. But the bottom line is they grind, like I said again, I can't stress it enough. They grind their points. But the bottom line is I think Julius Randle is the kind of great teammate that supports his teammates in major situations. But helping them elevate, yeah, put the ball on them. He's a good pass out the double team. But the bottom line is he was the highest scoring guy on the team. So, at this point in time, where else can you go? Where else can you go?
I just think you need some guards, man. I mean, it's a guard-oriented league. I mean, you look at all these guards around the NBA, you definitely going to have to match them on defense. I just think you have to try to get with a guard. I'm looking for a guard right now that's actually really good that the Knicks can actually get in free agency here, man. Spencer.
Well, like I said,
he's a free agent. He's looking for a lot of money. He's 6'6". He could play the 1 or the 2. He could switch on the 1, the 2, or the 3, depending on how small the team actually goes. They could probably switch on the 4. In terms of getting out there to the 3-point line. So he's an excellent athlete. I would try to look at him. He could run an offense. I'm just thinking maybe you can pick up Lou Williams for some scoring help.
You see, what you got to understand right now is that the guys that are free agents, like Chris Paul and Mike Conley and these guys, they are making a lot of money next year. That's the problem. To bring guys in here now that are making more money, guys that can turn your offense around immediately, that's the problem. You're talking about Lou Williams, who basically has that spark here and there. He was a 6-man award winner and things of that nature, but how much he's going to cost you? A lot of the players around the NBA right now are at that point where age is definitely catching up on them. So where can the Knicks go right now where they can get youth and a player that can step in and help turn the team around right away at the point guard position? I'm looking at the free agent list right now. A lot of these players are in their 30s or late 20s.
Well, listen, you need veterans. You need veterans to actually help lead you to, deep playoff runs and championship runs. So you definitely, young guys aren't going to really do that. They're still developing their games.
Well, listen, they may be developing their games, my brother, but you want some guys that can come in here and help make a difference. This is a team, as I previously mentioned two times.
You just said veterans. Those are the key veterans. I mean, early 30s is not bad. I mean, Durant.
But you need a guy, like I said, this is an offense that is struggling to score points. Who can come in here and help turn the team around, who's not going to cost this team a lot of money, that can step in and do things right away. We don't.
That's the giant elephant in the room.
That's the big deal. That's the big deal, and that is another reason why I say, you may have to extend Julius Randle. All right. I mean, look at the guys out here now. There's some great guys. Kyle Lowry's available. He got 15 years. I mean, he got old age.
No Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, you can't get him. Kawhi Leonard's available, but
he's being linked to Miami. We got to do a show.
Yeah. Mike Conley's available, but he's costing $30 million. Victor Oladipo, he's available, but he's going to be 29. But he has a lot of injuries going on.
He's really more like a younger Lou Williams. He's not going to really elevate the surrounding pieces around, to get these.
Well, he's just going to add. He's just going to add points. To the. Listen, you got to ask Leon Rose at the very end of the day, what is going to be the projection? We know what the projection is. You can definitely play defense. Can you score some points? Can you drop $130 a night and still play defense? Because if you can do that, you're going to get more than 40 wins next year.
Yeah, beating Brooklyn if you're going to do that, man. Shit, 130, 140, yeah. Every other night,
It's not just Brooklyn, it's anybody in the league. It's anybody in the league. Yeah. All right, so
definitely.
We'll see how that plays itself out. But anyway, that's my mindset on that. New York Knicks, baby.
All right. So just wanted to get Barrick's take on this live on camera right here. That he wants to extend Julius Randle, and I think I concur with him. They may not actually have a choice. Usually I'm disagreeing with everything with Barrick over here, but I mean, so far, he's been on point. That doesn't make a good show, damn it.
Listen. Don't get
the same points I make, all right?
Listen, I'm going to say it like this. I don't believe in giving people money that did something for 1 year. I believe you got to show me for 2 years at least before I start throwing some money away. But looking at the Knicks situation,
sometimes they show you up until they get the big payday. When they
sometimes they do that too. But I'm willing to take that risk.
I always bring up Darren Williams, man, because I made myself look bad arguing him between CP3 and D. Will. I'm like, nah, I like Darren Williams, man. And then this man did enough just to get that $98 million contract, and plus he sold his penthouse in Manhattan. He's like, yo, I'm set for life, man. Got fat, couldn't get separation on players on offense, man. That resulted in ankle injuries. And that's the whole thing you gotta look at with Julius Randle here, is that do you see him with that type of tenacity that he's gonna want to elevate to like superstar status? That's my thing with Julius, because I've seen it with so many players in this league in the last 25 years, man. My man, everybody knows I'm a Nets fan. Seeing Travis Outlaw, productive player in the Portland Trail Blazers, he gets a nice, contract from New Jersey and just disappears.
Well, that's the risk you take.
You see this in life in general, man. Hardly anybody, this is why LeBron is so revered, and Kobe and MJ, because, like I said many times on this show over here, is that these guys can have $100 million cash in the bank, which you can't really have though, but let's say theoretically you can. These guys play like they broke, man.
These guys play like they care. Okay, they care about the game. They care about winning. Is Julius Randle about that? Yeah, if he's about that, and that's what I'm saying. Leon Rose got to sit down with this man when the season's over, when the season's over, and say, "Listen, you
tell him the right things." Yeah, I'm in it. I'm practice and work, but
we
$100 million if you're very conservative, man. That can go a long way.
Well, that's the key, my brother. The key is how much to give him. That's the key. Extending him, yes. How much you give him is another story. We shall see. All right, guys.
We're going to wrap this video up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, certainly share it. And like I said, I am thinking about throwing a paycheck in there along with Barrick's 2 paychecks, if you actually do those things as I requested.
Do that your damn self, man. I've been throwing enough checks in there, bro. All right, guys.
Everyone,
all right, peace.